Can you see me on that one?
Yeah, I might need my glasses on there.
Well, you don't need to see me. It's fine. I'm the one in the grey t-shirt. So, well, this is a bit new and old, isn't it?
We haven't done one of these for a while.
We haven't done one of these for ages, so maybe we should start by welcoming all our new subscribers.
Good evening.
And thanking all our older subscribers for still being with us.
And our young subscribers.
What do you mean, old in age? Oh,
hello,
my God.
all the old people.
I forgot what this was like.
Hey.
It's going to be a long podcast, guys and girls, and
Peoples.
anything else in between. Chickens. Those who are fairly new, sort of in the last 4 weeks, will know us from our lives that we do on Saturday nights.
And Sunday nights.
And Sunday nights.
And
Thursday nights.
Tuesdays.
And just random nights. But a lot of people won't know about the Mental Health Podcast.
Not unless they've gone back into some of the older videos.
The life of the old podcast. Some people have probably watched them, but I bet there's not much of a life in them.
You're Googling.
I'm just
digesting your tea.
Digesting my tea. Yeah, I've drank my coffee too quick, I think.
I saw some plant pots today.
I know. I thought we were doing a podcast.
Yeah.
Ah.
We chat.
Is that part of the podcast?
No. Right, carry on then.
You sold some plant pots?
I did. I was excited.
Ah.
That's good anything for ages.
Okay. Just welcome to all the new subscribers that are here for the Mental Health Podcast. the mental health nurse over there sold some plant pots. Running around with them on her head. Quibble hat stand. Who did you sell them to? You sell them to patients?
No, mental health nurses.
Ah, okay. Well, that's good then. Were they expensive? Do we make much money? Are we millionaires yet?
Not millionaires, no.
That's a shame. Poundaires. I've got plenty of pounds. I know that.
I stood on the scales earlier. I think I might need to join the gym.
Which one?
The fitness gym.
What, our gym?
Yeah.
It's not joining the gym. You've just got to walk down the bottom of the garden.
Yeah.
You mean you might have to find out where the gym is?
No, I've got to join it and then I'll sign up.
Oh, so you got to pay me?
I ain't paying you.
Well, there's accountability. Accountability is you pay. That's how it works. That's why I charge people to go in the gym. Not a lot of money, but I do charge them something. Because if people pay, then they're more likely to want to carry on doing it.
Yeah. I'm more likely to do it if it's free.
Is that camera rolling? Is it red at the top?
Yeah.
Ah. I just had a sudden thought that I only started one camera.
That'd be a dopey thing to do, wouldn't it?
Can you remember the time we didn't turn one of the microphones on?
Yeah, and there was no sound.
Yeah.
That was a wasted hour, wasn't it?
It was, wasn't it?
Anyway, welcome to the Mental Health Podcast number...
I know, I've lost
11?
count. 12 maybe. I think we did 11. But I'm thinking of changing it.
What's
the Mental Health Podcast is all right, but I was thinking of like something a bit more...
trendy.
Well, I thought with us being 90s children and liking our pop culture and...
You like pop culture?
Yeah, but...
I like it, I just don't know it.
But what I thought was that works on 3 levels is call it the elevator. No, not the elevator. An elevator does work on multiple levels.
The Travelator.
No, what I thought was calling it the Choose Life Podcast.
Choose Life.
Because we're saying choose life. Because that's what we need to do.
That's like train spotting.
Train spotting. Choose life. Choose a house. Choose a career. Choose a big freaking television. Choose cars, compact discs and CD players. Choose getting... And I can't remember the rest of it. But also, Choose Life was the logo that Wham had on the t-shirt in the 80s.
Was it?
Don't know, I think so.
No.
Wake me up before you go. Choose life.
Wake me up before you go. Don't leave me hanging on like a yo-yo.
Yo-yos don't hang though, do they? They go up and down.
Well, they do if you don't get your flick in your wrist
if you don't
right.
flick it right. Which is quite apt for Wham.
I used to like yo-yoing.
Anyway, we're getting a bit off topic here. So that's what I thought. Maybe changing the name of it to the Choose Life Podcast.
I'll call you Fred. If you want a new name.
Choose Life Podcast.
Choose Life Podcast. Why does it have to be a podcast? Why can't it be video?
Videocast. I don't think they don't call them that. They just call them podcasts. Even
A
if they're
vlog?
on. No, because it's not a video. It's a video log would be like going around saying, "Oh, this is what we do in life. We're going here. We're going there." That's a vlog. This is me and you talking. This is a podcast. Joe Rogan's is called a podcast, but it's all on. It's all on video.
I've been watching the podcast of the CEO. He's quite good.
Who's that? What? Who's that?
On the YouTube. He interviews all different people.
How many subscribers has he got?
About 1 million.
Oh, well, it's not someone I'm going to try and get involved with.
No, but you need to get on. He's young.
I need to get on it.
Yeah.
He's got 1 million subscribers, and I bet he interviews all sorts of really clever people, doesn't he? Why is he going to have me on it?
He had Lewis Capaldi on the other year.
What, so he's going to go from Lewis Capaldi to Paul Hutchinson?
And he had what's that dude I like? Who does the
Jason Statham?
No, the rap part chat talking.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know you mean. Idris Elba.
No, Jonah
Hari. Yeah, Jonah Hari.
See.
Jonah Hari is really good, actually. It's pretty inspirational.
The Diary of a CEO, DOAC, he's got 2.46 million.
He is not going to have me on.
But do you know what he does? I'm going off topic now. But he puts the timings in the description of all the different
Yeah,
points.
a lot of people do that.
Do they? I've not seen that before.
Yeah. So you can just skip to where you want to be.
Yeah, I feel like, that sounds a boring bit.
Do you know why people do that?
Why?
Because some people start watching, so it's a 2-hour podcast, I don't want to watch 2 hours. I just want to get to the bit where Joe Rogan's talking to Ronnie Coleman about steroid use. So instead of going, I'm just going to watch any of it, you can go, oh yeah, I'll skip through, I'll watch it from here. But then once you get watching it from the part you want to watch, then you get hooked and watch more. So rather than switching off, you skip through and watch 20 minutes rather than watching nothing.
Clever.
I don't know how you do it.
Well, I think you have to watch it and then put it in your description.
No, but I think you can have it in sections, so you can just click on each section. It takes you straight to it.
Oh yeah, this one's click. Maybe they've got like a special YouTube.
Maybe they've got like YouTube Advanced.
Can you do that?
If you can be a member, you can be a member of YouTube.
Can we be a member of YouTube?
You can, but you pay. It's a YouTube Premium. It's like £20 a month.
Yeah, that's clever.
And it means you don't have to watch any of the adverts or anything like that.
But we want people to watch the adverts because that's the way people get.
I know, but we don't because we're not monetized.
Well, no, but
yet.
Not yet. But we've got some views, haven't we?
Today we've hit 50,000 views,
That's
which is massive, really.
50,000 views is big, isn't it?
It's a lot. That's 5% of a million. So if every time somebody viewed us, they paid us £1, we'd have 50 grand.
That's not bad for just sitting in your living room, is it?
I'm going to go around at every 50,000 views that we've had, say you owe us £1.
Yeah. Well, I've watched a few.
Yeah. How much do you owe me?
Tenner.
Anyway, so choose life.
Choose life.
Why choose life?
Because death's shit.
Yeah, I guess. Why choose life? Here's what I found. Ace of Base. I think choose life isn't just about like not opting out. So when I talk about this loads at the moment because it's big in my mind at the moment. When I went to meet Paul Mort, one of the things we talk about in that podcast is, in fact, no, it wasn't even when we was talking. It was in the podcast that he did with James Smith, where he's talking about his book. He's called Paul Mort Will Save Your Life. And he was saying that's a big claim because it wasn't him that may come up with the name, it was the publishing company. He said that's a big claim. But then when they started talking about saving your life doesn't just mean helping you, like preventing you from opting out. It's about improving your life.
Yeah, because you can do nothing and that's still a choice, isn't it?
And I think choose life to me is about choosing to be healthy, choosing to be fit, choosing to live your life to the fullest, choosing to be the best version of yourself.
Choosing to be grateful and appreciative, choosing to be kind, choosing to be...
choosing to do things for other people.
Yeah.
To be selfless. but choosing to be selfish as well. Because
Yeah.
some people you've got to be a bit selfish as well as a bit selfless. Because you've got to do things for yourself as well as for other people.
Get my hair done on Friday. Is that selfish?
Exactly. See, and I'm doing photography for a wedding for free. Oh no, I'm being paid for a hotel room.
Yeah, and a breakfast, and you
And
get
breakfast,
and you
steak and
get a
eggs for breakfast.
And I would imagine someone will probably buy you a beer or two. Dexter.
Dexter, go on out, please. Do you have his tea?
Yeah.
Dexter, go on out. So all of you that follow us or subscribe to us and watch their lives will know that Dexter's a regular feature. And yes, he does also try and get involved in pre-recorded podcasts.
He's a pain in the bottom.
So what we're trying to achieve is to convince people to choose life.
Choose life. Choose a TV.
We've done that. We've done that.
Okay.
Is that what you would say?
Choose life, absolutely. Because if you can not choose to make any positive changes to stuff. And I guess if things are going well and you're happy and you're healthy and you're all right, then you're all right, aren't you?
Do you think everybody has something they can improve on? Do you think there's anybody who doesn't need to improve on anything?
Maybe like the Dalai Lama. He's probably like pretty content.
Yeah, but Peter Sutcliffe was probably pretty content, but that doesn't mean it was right, does it?
No, I don't think he was content in the end. He chose a wrong path, didn't he?
Yeah, but okay. So I'll use a different analogy because that was shit. Somebody who has decided to opt out might feel like they're quite content, that they're at peace with the world, they're at peace with their life, they're at peace with opting out. They might be content, but you would still say you need to choose life. Just because people are making choices and content with them choices doesn't necessarily mean they're good choices, is it?
No, I suppose it depends on people. It's not illegal to opt out now, whereas it was at one time, wasn't it? In the 60s.
I don't get that. If you opt out, we're going to arrest you at your funeral.
No, if you made a choice to opt out and you weren't successful, then you'd get arrested and sent to prison.
Would you really?
Yeah, yeah.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah. They used to criminalise people that that's why it's such a taboo and a stigma that still sits around it. And when you look at like the media, social media, people commit suicide. You commit crimes, don't you? So they use.
They've stopped using that term so much now,
they're
haven't
moving
they?
away from it now. So
what do they say now?
Complete suicide.
I don't like that as much.
No, I don't like successful in suicide because it sounds like you've like met a goal.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound good. But
and if you're a really determined person, you say, "No, you commit suicide, but you failed."
well done.
Well, yeah. You loser.
Can't even kill
yourself. I don't think you're allowed to say kill yourself on YouTube.
You know.
Don't know.
Can't even.
We'll find out if we get strikes for this.
Can't even end yourself.
Yeah, end life. Choose life, choose a job, choose a career, choose a family, choose a fucking big television.
We've done that.
Oh, have we?
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
So yeah, there used to be a lot of criminality attached to ending things. I don't know what to say now. I don't want to get like into the YouTube police coming knocking on my door.
I don't think they will. They'll just ban you.
Well, it's not my channel, it's yours.
It's pretty strange. This whole YouTube thing's quite strange, isn't it? The way you can say some things and you can't say others, and that. Do you think, like, people that are on social media, think that affects them?
What do you mean?
Excuse me. So I was on a live on Instagram a few weeks ago with Beth, my cousin, and she got threatened to have her Instagram taken down because she was having a smoke. She was smoking a cigarette, and they were going to shut it down. It's pretty oppressive, that is, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all that health promotion now, though, isn't it? Not influencing people in a negative way. I suppose if you think about it, if you've got lots of young, impressionable people watching.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying, like,
drinking or even like pornographic type stuff, or you can't watch that for free now, do you? You have to pay for it.
You can't do anything for free nowadays, can you?
No.
You can't do anything for free. Yeah, life's strange now, isn't it?
Nothing comes for nothing. Apart from us.
Yeah, we come for free.
We're free.
We are free. We're free to be whatever we...
But yeah, going back to your question about do you think everyone can make improvements? I think everyone has the ability to become a better version of themselves.
Yeah, I always say when I'm talking to clients and stuff, I always say you don't have to compare yourself to everybody else. You just have to compare yourself to you. And are you a better person than you were yesterday? Are you a step further than you were yesterday?
And you hear of people, don't you, like coming into a lot of money or being quite successful and achieve, like meeting their dream or their goal, and then becoming really unhappy because they lack direction, they lack focus, and they lack inspiration to do something. You hear of people that have wanted that dream job and they've worked really hard and they've done lots, jumped through lots of hoops to get there, and then they've got it and they're like, well, this is a bit shit.
Yeah.
Is this it? Is this like a little bit anticlimactic?
But then even then, I suppose I can relate to that a little bit because we pushed and pushed and pushed on YouTube. Want to get to 1,000, want to get to 1,000. We was looking for 1,000. Didn't want 1,000 to get monetized. It wasn't ever about that, and we're not monetized. I wanted to get to 1,000 because it comes with a little bit of I got to 1,000. That's like the benchmark, isn't it? To start with, your first big number gives you a little bit more credibility when you're looking at getting people on your podcast. You've got 1,000 subscribers. You've only got 30. I got to 1,000. I went over 1,000, and then we got to like 1,300, and it's like nothing's changed. I don't know what I expected to change.
There was no fanfare. There was no knock at the door.
No. The views are pretty much the same on the videos at 1,300 as they were at 800.
Yeah.
So, like, not hardly anything's changed. But I think we got to that 1,000 as we was going through a bit of a transition, and we lost a few people. So I think we gained some and lost some.
Yeah. You're always going to lose a little bit along the way, aren't you? We've evolved and changed.
Yeah, and I think that's why I wanted to get this podcast recorded, because this is one of the things that brought us to the table. This is one of the things that got the people who picked us up interested in what we did. Was that we wasn't doing lives back then, was we?
No, because I was the funny one.
You was the funny one.
And you was the fit one.
Oh, is that what it was? You was the funny one. See, I seem to remember that I was the funny one.
We've evolved.
Have we evolved?
I'm the funny one.
So what am I now then? Not the funny one. I remember the first podcast we did, you was hilarious. And everyone said you was hilarious. And then the second podcast, you tried to be funny.
Funny.
That was a joke then. I know a good joke. Shall I do my joke first?
I'm not.
You're not a performing monkey?
Yeah, I'm not a performing monkey.
Okay. Shall I tell you my joke then?
Yeah.
Okay. There's something I really don't like about Halloween, which is... Oh, fuck. I can't help it. I think that was funny.
I don't get it.
Well, there's something I don't like about Halloween, which is...
Which is what?
Witches.
Which is what?
Witches is what I don't like about Halloween.
What?
Witches.
Which is what?
I don't like them. I don't like them.
What?
Witches. I don't like witches.
Oh, like a cackling witch.
Yeah.
You need to pronounce it properly.
I did.
You went witches.
Witches.
No, it's witches.
Witches.
No, you went witches.
Yeah.
As in, which is...
Which, where's which watch? Anyway.
The rascally rat ran around the ragged rocks.
Yeah, so...
Witches.
We have evolved. Fuck, you know. You're not going to let me crack on. You're going to try and be funny now, aren't you? And it's not going to work.
Flash to bang.
Flash to bang. I'm not going to explain flash to bang. So we when we did the original podcast, we talked about stuff that was relevant, didn't we?
Yeah, we don't do a lot of talking though. You do most of the talking.
No, if you watch back on them podcasts, you do a lot of the talking.
Do them?
I do a lot of the talking on the lives.
Yeah, I don't know what to say to an empty room.
So you're the brains. You are the brains. 1 second.
You still love me, look.
Oh yeah, I know, yeah. I don't really yawn when I'm sat here at night.
I don't yawn until you put these cameras on, and then it's like
You are a boring bastard.
you're
You're boring the tits off me now. And I think what makes it even more interesting what we do is this is what we do in the evening. You sit there like that, and I sit here like this. This is just a normal evening to us, isn't it?
Yeah.
We have conversations like this where we just sat. Essentially, we could just be recording our normal evening. Because we talk about mental health, don't we?
And physical health and
nutrition.
Nutrition. Yeah, we're fun, we are.
Yeah, I know. Fucking barrel of laughs, aren't we? What are you going to have for your dinner tonight, Norma?
Oh, I might have some quinoa.
Oh, I love a bit of quinoa.
With some mint and bean curd.
Or quinoa.
Quinoa?
Quinoa, as some people like to call it.
There's a kid in town called Quinoa.
with his
and
Zanussi.
Don't. I remember once being at work somewhere and I was sat behind somewhere, tucked out the way in the department, no one, and one of the housekeepers was like, "Here, do you want to see a picture of my granddaughter? This is our Zanussi." And I was like, "No, it's the Appliance of Science. You can't call a kid Zanussi."
Can you imagine if their name's Zanussi and then they're really good at science and they end up becoming like a scientist when they're older? They would literally be the Appliance of Science, wouldn't they?
Not from that family. She's not going to be.
Or she could become like a cage fighter, and that could be her nickname. Entering the ring, weighing in 125 pounds, the Appliance of Science, Zanussi.
In red.
In red? Why is she playing fucking bullseye now? She went from being a cage fighter to playing bullseye.
Look what you could have won.
Look what you could have won. A proper name.
I read somewhere the other day that someone was getting emotional that their brother had got a puppy, and he'd chosen a name for this puppy that they planned to call their baby, and she got really upset. She's like, "You have to change your dog's name," and he refused.
What did he call the dog? Like Jonathan?
Like Brian or something.
Brian.
I quite like real names for dogs.
Mm.
You know, when you see a dog and it's called like Jethro or
like Dexter.
Dexter's not a real name.
Well, it is.
Is it?
Have you ever heard of Dexter Fletcher?
No.
No? What about Dexter, the show that we watched, like 8 series of, where the person in it was actually called Dexter? That was his actual name.
Was he Dexter Fletcher?
No, but he was Dexter Morgan.
Oh, yeah, that's right, Morgan.
Yeah.
What, his sister called Morgan?
Yeah, because they was brother and sister.
No, wasn't she Morgan? Like
what, Morgan? No.
No, her name was Morgan.
No, he was Dexter Morgan. They called her Morgan because that was her surname. She was a copper. Like you would say, "O'Malley, go see the captain." I don't know why you say it like that. You would.
What was her real name then?
Deborah.
Oh, Debs.
Yeah, Deborah Morgan.
Deborah Morgan, yeah. Who's Dexter Fletcher?
He was in Press Gang.
What's that?
It was a kids' program in the 80s.
Don't know.
Also had Julia Swahili in it.
Oh, she was.
But I can't remember whether that was his real name or whether that was his show name. I've got a feeling Dexter Fletcher is his real name because he was in Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels as well. Get your fingers out of my soup. It was that one.
So Natalie and
No, Natalie and Brudia was in Neighbours.
No, what's her name? Swahili.
Yeah.
She got two. There's two of them, isn't there? One was in EastEnders and one was in Ab Fab.
Yeah, the one that was in Ab Fab was the one that was in Press Gang.
Ah.
That's Nadia. No, Natalie.
Yeah, and the other one's Nadia.
Yeah, Nadia.
They're sisters, aren't they?
No, Nadia might be the one that was in Press Gang. I'm going to have a look now.
In EastEnders, she was the nightclub's
Let's have a look.
owner, wasn't she?
If you're watching this and you know who was in what, let us know in the comments.
It's like Ab Fab. Oh, Patsy, darling.
What's that?
That's Jennifer Saunders.
Okay, press gang was Julia, not Nadia.
Julia and Nadia.
Julia Swala and Dexter Fletcher.
Well, there you go.
Oh my God. He's 60 now.
Well, you're getting on for that, aren't you?
No, I'm fucking not. I'm younger than you. I'm 42. I won't be 43 until October, I'll have you know.
Huh. I won't be 43 either.
Well, you will. You'll be 43 for the next 3 weeks. Then you'll be 44. 1 year away from being halfway between 40 and 50.
Dude, I'm 45 this year.
No, you're not. You're 44 this year.
I'm 45 this year.
You think? What am I? I'm 42.
43 this year. I'm 45.
So you're 44 now? Oh, you are 45 this year.
So yeah, let's stop with the halfway to 50.
Fuck, halfway to 50 in like 4 weeks.
I'm not having a birthday anymore.
Well, no, technically you was halfway to 50 when you got to 25.
Yeah, I'm not celebrating my birthday this year. We're just.
Why? What difference does it make?
Because I don't like them. How many times do I like my birthday?
You always hate your birthday. I try my hardest every year on your birthday.
You stop putting quite so much effort in.
Yeah, I'm putting any effort this year. I'm going to buy something for myself.
Oh, that's nice. You got to do things for yourself sometimes, don't you?
Yeah.
Got to be selfless.
Well, I mind you saying that. We bought a PS3 on your birthday once.
Yeah, and a fridge.
And a telly.
And a telly. We normally buy an electrical item. Well, we did for the first 10 years.
And your mum bought you a mop for your 21st.
She bought me a mop. I got an ironing board for my 21st as well. For the bottom drawer. I don't fucking fit in the bottom drawer.
I feel like we need to talk about something worthwhile.
Oh, okay. Pick a topic.
We used to get topics from people on the lives, didn't we?
Yeah, but they don't give us them anymore.
They just want to talk about pop culture.
Or this, like similar topics to what we've already covered. And there's only so many times you can talk about good mood food and good sleep hygiene and routine. And you do a lot of that.
Looking after depression and
anxiety and
health and fitness and achieving your goals.
You do a lot of those sort of little inspirational chit chats out on your walks in the morning, don't you, with the dog? And they're good bite size.
Yeah, I do.
Snippets.
I do like doing them.
I think the challenge when it comes to talking about any kind of mental health problem or mental health illness or mental health disorder, there's such a, in terms of like symptomology, there's quite a broad spectrum of things that can affect a person, but ultimately it's about the person. So your depression is going to be different to my depression. Somebody's psychosis is going to be different to somebody else's psychosis. So you can't really give broad, well, you can, but it then becomes a little bit samey.
Yeah, and I think this podcast will work because we've got the knowledge of health and fitness. We've got the knowledge of mental health. We're two, and I know we mess about and we laugh and we joke or whatever, but we're two pretty, not educated, but clued up people. We're pretty smart.
I'm educated. I got a university education.
I'm educated as well. I've got a diploma. Is a diploma good?
It's all right.
I've got a certificate. Swam 10 meters unaided. And
I got Musician of the Year, 1993.
I've got a silver medal in MMA at British and European level. And I've got 2 medals for fighting for Queen and Country.
I got a grade 5 violin.
I got sunburn on my feet.
I got sunburn on my shoulders. It's like top drums, isn't it?
But no, we are fairly smart people, and we do know our shit. And I think just sat here in our living room, this is real life. This is what we try and get across within the Fitness Hutch brand, isn't it? That everything is real life. Everything is about potentially trying to help people. And yes, we might get onto topics that aren't necessarily anything to do with mental health or fitness.
People need time out from it. You can't just focus on. I think one of the things I find with depression and anxiety and those kind of things, they're very selfish illnesses because they make you focus on yourself. It's about how you're feeling and how you're impacting the world, how nobody likes you, or it's always about, it's the me illness, isn't it? It's all about me. It's all about me, and it's really difficult to focus your time and energy on other people. So then, when we're talking about illness or disorder or symptoms of illness and disorder, it focuses people back on themselves, doesn't it? How they're feeling about how shit things are, or how. And the other stuff we do is a bit of a welcome distraction, isn't it? Distraction and recreation and leisure are just as important for your health and well-being than
Yeah, because we've had people say to us, haven't we thought this is a mental health podcast. Well, it is, because watching this is good for your mental health. It's something that's positive. We won't sit here and talk about all the negative shit that's going on in the world. We won't sit here tearing people down. We're not going to talk about all that negative shit that goes on. But
that goes on, and people can access that if they want to. But
yeah, loads of people talk about that, and that's not what we're here for, is it? To talk about shit like that. We're here to talk about the positive.
But then we don't access all that stuff in our real life. It's not like we're avoiding talking about it. We don't watch the news.
No.
I had an app open on my phone this morning when I went to work, and it was in my bag. So when my phone connected to the car, I just had stupid music on instead of my music. I thought, I can't listen to whatever advert was dinging and donging along with Candy Crush or something. So I put the radio on, and I was like, geez, I'll listen back to Candy Crush again, because it's depressing, isn't it?
Yeah. I know what's going on with Russia, but I only know what's going on with Russia from what the news are saying. It's just ironic that all of a sudden now, when fuel prices are coming down, they can't blame the energy crisis or the war anymore, because there isn't one.
You was watching something last night, and I heard something about nuclear planning attack, and you were like, you turned that off, and I was like, always turn that off, because he'll know that'll stress me out.
But it's just, and we won't talk about that. We won't talk about that stuff, because it's just depressing. That's what we're not trying to do. What we're trying to do is, with this podcast, we're trying to
not worry about the big red button.
We're trying to inspire people to be better versions of themselves. And if that means just listening to us for half an hour, 35 minutes.
The best version you can be.
Yeah.
And be kind to other people and allow them to be the best versions of them. Yeah, I saw this thing, and it was saying like, you've got two lighters, and you light one and you can't light the other, and it's like the two identical lighters. Why? But what you don't know is you haven't seen what's happened to that lighter before, and they stick it in a jug, and they pour in a bit of water, and they go childhood trauma, a bit more water, stress, loneliness, sort of pile it all in, and then it won't work. And it's saying like all those things impact a person, don't they? And then, but it's okay, because not all's lost. And they lit that lighter and lit that one, like you can help give someone their spark back.
So it's the flint that didn't work, and somebody else.
Yeah. You can be the light. You can be the light to give somebody their spark back, can't you? And I think when you walk through life, you don't know what people experience, do you? You don't know what gets people down, or what's been before. Not everyone shares everything, do they? So someone might not have their spark, but that's because
we might be the lighter that can help light that spark.
Yeah, or other people can be that lighter.
That's why we've got you. That's why the Fitness Hutch brand brought in a 23-year mental health nurse for little bits of inspiration like that.
You can be the light in someone else's day, can't you?
Yep. You can be the sponge in someone else's custard.
Oh, I quite like, when they say like you can be a ray of sunshine, but why can't you be a moonbeam?
Moonbeam.
Be the light in someone's darkest hour.
Yeah, be the light in someone. See? So we're going to make these into little shorts. So you're going to feature on the shorts.
See? Be a moonbeam. You don't have to be the sunshine in someone's day. You can also be the moonlight in someone's darkest night.
Yes. I love that. Right, shall we wrap it up there?
Wrap it up.
So, I'll let you do this. You say I talk too much, so you can do the outro. Thanking everybody, telling people to subscribe, hit the like.
Thank you all for coming. It's been lovely.
And may I say what a wonderful blouse you have on. You say you never let me talk. I let you talk. You go, what a wonderful blouse you have on.
You all look amazing.
You all look amazing. I love your hair.
Thank you for coming. Yeah, don't
There's no
forget.
one fucking here. Who's come here? No one. Right, I tell you what. We'll
I'll do it.
auto cue.
I'll do it. No, I don't need. Oh, I've done that. Look, I think I buggered it up. Right. So thank you for watching. Please hit the like and subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.
Can we just get this in before we go?
Achieve your goals.
No. Choose a job.
Choose a job.
Choose a job. Choose a career. Choose a family. Choose a fucking big television. Choose a washing machine, cars, compact displays, and electrical tin openers. Choose DIY and wondering who the fuck you are on a Sunday morning. Choose sitting on the couch watching mind-numbing, spirit-crushing game shows, sticking junk food in your mouth. Choose rotting away at the end of it all, pissing your last in a miserable home, nothing more than embarrassment to the selfish, fucked-up brats you spawned to replace yourself. Choose your future. Choose life. But why would I want to do a thing like that? Because life is precious.
Life is precious. Achieve your goals.
Achieve your goals. Achieve.
Why?
Why?
Why do you say achieve?
I don't know.
You
Sometimes it comes out. I did that with
Will Mellor.
Will Mellor. Achieve.
You were like, oh, hello, Will Mellor.
Hello,
Achieve your goals.
Achieve your goals. Achieve your goals, guys.
Achieve your goals.
Achieve your goals.